Hello and welcome to Wisdom and Wealth, your guide to navigating life with serenity and success. If you're over 40, you've probably learned that life's true riches lie not just in your bank account, but in your inner peace and resilience. That's why we're here, offering practical wisdom rooted in ancient Buddhist teachings to help you cultivate a richer, more fulfilling life. In today's video, we're diving into something essential: how you start your day. Before the world grabs your attention, let's take a moment to grab your soul back. Remember to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more valuable content. Each morning offers you a secret doorway, not to the relentless noise of the world, but back to yourself. As the Buddha wisely said, what you feel, you attract; what you imagine, you create. Yet, sadly, most people wake up only to fall back asleep, not in bed, but in the distractions of life, scrolling endlessly through their phones, thinking thoughts that aren't even truly theirs, and chasing a reality that leaves them feeling depleted and exhausted. But what if your morning became your superpower? What if the first words you spoke to yourself each day could shape your entire day, your mood, your sense of peace, your focus, and ultimately, your entire life? In this video, we'll explore 5 profound truths that, when spoken intentionally each morning, can dramatically shift your perspective, empowering you to live with greater emotional clarity and deep inner transformation. The 5th truth, in particular, might just free you from everything you've been unconsciously holding on to. We'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts and experiences as you try these truths. If you're not sure what to say, just type "my morning, my power" in the comments below. Here at Wisdom and Wealth, we see every video as a doorway to calm, clarity, and timeless Buddhist insight, wisdom you won't readily find anywhere else. Our first truth is simple, yet incredibly profound: I am not my thoughts, I am the silence beneath them. Every morning, even before the sun has fully risen, the world rushes in. Thoughts begin racing even before our eyes are fully open: worries from yesterday, anxieties about today, and nagging fears for tomorrow. Tragically, many people begin to suffer before they've even gotten out of bed, not from physical pain, but from the incessant noise in their minds. There is a quiet storm that subtly brews in our heads, and it insidiously steals our peace. But the first truth you must consciously tell yourself each morning is this: I am not my thoughts, I am the silence beneath them. It may sound simple, but it holds the key to shifting your entire day. You see, in Buddhist teachings, the mind is often likened to a restless monkey, constantly jumping from branch to branch, never truly still. But beyond the monkey's chaotic activity is the sky, vast, silent, and undisturbed. That sky is your true self. The mind relentlessly thinks, judges, predicts, and reacts, but you are the one who observes all of that activity. When you begin your day by automatically identifying with your thoughts, you inadvertently tie your soul to their inevitable fluctuations. If your thoughts are filled with anxiety, you feel anxious; if they are self-critical, you carry that shame. But none of that is truly you. You are the spaciousness that holds the thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. This is precisely why so many people needlessly suffer before they even have breakfast. They never take the time to pause and notice. They wake up already immersed inside their minds, already believing the morning narrative that their thoughts are spinning. I didn't sleep enough. I'm already behind. Today is going to be difficult. Without even realizing it, they let their mind speak first, and their spirit second. But a mindful morning is purposefully built by reversing that dynamic. Let your spirit speak first. Tell yourself, I am not these thoughts, I am the stillness watching them pass. Remember to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more valuable content. This simple truth changes everything, because once you create that space, even just a brief moment of awareness, you're no longer trapped in the storm. Instead, you are sitting peacefully beside it, much like a monk meditating beneath a Bodhi tree, completely unmoved by the wind. When you choose to observe instead of react, you give yourself the extraordinary gift of choice. This is what meditation ultimately teaches us: not to suppress the mind, but to simply witness it. The suffering begins when we mistakenly become our thoughts, blindly believing them, and allowing them to define our inner state. But liberation begins when we gently see them for what they are and remember that we are the seer, not the seen. You are not the relentless voice in your head, you are the awareness that hears it. And the more you consciously rest in that silence, the more power you reclaim. So tomorrow morning, before the world even has a chance to enter your mind, pause. Sit at the edge of your bed, gently close your eyes, breathe deeply, and speak this truth quietly to your heart: I am not my thoughts, I am the silence beneath them. That one profound truth is enough to begin rewriting the script of your entire life, because the way you intentionally begin your day becomes the way you live your life. Can you simply sit with your mind without becoming it? That's the real question. Don't rush to answer it, just carry it with you like a lantern in the early hours. Let it guide your morning, let it soften your reactions, let it gently bring you back home to the quiet place where you have always belonged, because peace doesn't begin when the world calms down, it begins the moment you remember who you truly are. Our second truth: everything I need already exists within me. In the early hours, when the light is still soft and the world is just beginning to stir, there's a subtle illusion that often creeps in, a quiet lie that whispers, you are not enough. It arrives even before your feet touch the ground, a nagging thought that tells you that you must become more, achieve more, prove more. And in that moment, you begin to chase. But before you take even the first step of the day, remember this empowering truth: everything I need already exists within me. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins the moment we believe something outside of ourselves will complete us, the moment we forget our innate wholeness. We start grasping at external success, seeking approval from others, desperately searching for love, and endlessly craving validation. It becomes a vicious loop. We run toward these things, thinking they'll fill some inner emptiness, only to discover that the more we run, the more distant peace becomes. This is because true peace cannot be found in external things, it is already present within us, like still water beneath restless waves. In the morning, this illusion of lack is often the strongest. It's there as you scroll through other people's seemingly perfect lives, in the mental checklist of everything you haven't done yet, in the self-comparison, in the insidious self-doubt, in the relentless rush to be more. But when you pause and intentionally speak to yourself, everything I need is already here, you break the spell. You return to sufficiency, not the inflated sufficiency of ego, but the quiet knowing of your soul, the deep awareness that wisdom, strength, compassion, and clarity all reside within you, waiting to be remembered. Remember to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more valuable content. Imagine a tiny seed. From the outside, it looks small and insignificant, but within it lies the immense potential of an entire forest. You are that seed. And yet, tragically, most people forget. They seek light from external sources without realizing that the sun also rises within them. The more you rely on the world to tell you who you are, the more power you unwittingly give away. But when you turn inward, you reclaim it. Letting go of the need for external validation isn't about becoming indifferent to the world, it's about becoming deeply rooted in your own being. When you're rooted in your own sense of enoughness, you walk through the world not as a beggar, but as a giver. You don't desperately chase love, you embody it. You don't seek worth, you express it. So, each morning, before the noise begins, return to this profound truth. Gently place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, breathe gently, and remind yourself, everything I need already exists within me. Let those words sink in like warm, comforting light into your bones. Before you begin chasing, pause and ask yourself, do I truly know what I already carry within me? Sit with that question, allow it to unravel any illusions, and let it open the door to a quiet, unshakable strength inside you. Because the world will always ask for more, but peace only asks you to remember that you already are. Now, our third truth: nothing outside of me has the power to disturb my peace. There is a quiet, resilient strength that lives deep inside you, a strength not born from force, but from profound stillness. Each morning, the world begins to stir, and with it, various energies inevitably rise: chaos, insistent noise, relentless demands, and often, unrealistic expectations. Some people will come to you with anger, others will burden you with judgment, and still others will simply move through life in a constant storm. Without conscious awareness, it's easy to inadvertently absorb all of that energy. But here is a truth that has the power to radically change your entire day: nothing outside of me has the power to disturb my peace. You are not a sponge, meant to mindlessly soak up the moods of others. You are a mirror, meant to reflect without attachment. In Buddhism, we learn that suffering often arises not from what happens to us, but from how we choose to carry what happens. The moment you internalize another person's chaos, you lose your own center. You hand over your inner stillness for a fleeting moment of emotional reaction. But true peace is consciously built by reclaiming that power. To live with calm in a chaotic world is not weakness, it is true mastery. The mistake that many make is believing that detachment means emotional coldness. It doesn't. Spiritual detachment is not a closing of the heart, but an opening of awareness. It is loving deeply without losing yourself, helping sincerely without holding on to expectations, and listening attentively without absorbing other people's energy. Remember to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more valuable content. Imagine a deep, still lake. Stones may be thrown into it, winds may blow across its surface, but the depths remain undisturbed. This is the practice, to allow the world to touch the surface, but to never shake your foundation. You are not responsible for the weather of other people's minds. Their anger is not yours, their fear is not yours, and their projections do not define you. What truly defines you is how you intentionally return to yourself after being pulled in different directions. Can you breathe instead of react? Can you consciously witness instead of mindlessly absorb? Can you remain soft even when the world feels sharp? These are not small questions, these are pathways to liberation. Each morning, you get to consciously choose: will you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, or will you walk through it with rooted calm? The first creates tension, the second creates freedom. So, speak this truth gently to yourself: nothing outside of me has the power to disturb my peace. Let it be a powerful reminder not just of resilience, but of fundamental truth, because no one can enter the quiet sanctuary of your mind unless you consciously open the door. No one can steal your calm unless you forget that it is inherently yours. As your day unfolds, you will inevitably face noise, but noise only becomes suffering when you hold it tightly. Practice letting it pass like clouds through the sky, like wind through a field. Respond with love, but anchor yourself in stillness. Speak with clarity, but remain rooted in silence. Return again and again to the breath, to your center, to the quiet place within you that remains untouched. What if your calm was your greatest act of rebellion? What if your soft presence and unshaken peace became your most powerful offering to the world? Let that be your path. Let peace become your default, not your reward, because the most sacred thing you can protect is your inner quiet. Our fourth truth, for today: I choose presence over pressure. Most people wake up already running, not with their feet, but with their minds. The pressure begins even before their eyes are fully open: tasks to complete, messages to reply to, responsibilities waiting like an army just outside the bedroom door. It's easy to forget that mornings are sacred. They're not meant to be consumed by urgency, but to anchor you in clarity. This is the truth to carry into the start of each day: today, I choose presence over pressure. When you rush your morning, you rush your life. You start the day not as a mindful human being, but as a machine, relentlessly reacting, hurrying, checking, and chasing. Before you've even taken your second breath, the day is already in control of you. But Buddhism reminds us again and again to return to your breath, return to this moment, because this moment is the only place where life truly lives. The Buddha once wisely said, "The trouble is, you think you have time." We often live as if life is somehow waiting for us somewhere down the road, after the inbox is cleared, after the meeting ends, after we've accomplished just a little bit more. But life doesn't begin when the to-do list is done. Life is happening now, in this inhale, in this exhale, in a quiet sip of tea, in a ray of sunlight warming your skin. And when we forget that, we lose the very thing we're working so hard to find, peace. Pressure is often just an illusion disguised as urgency. It convinces us that rushing is essential, that multitasking is a strength, and that feeling overwhelmed means we're actually achieving something. But pressure only pulls us away. It disconnects us from the softness of the present and blinds us to the quiet miracles happening all around us. The sound of a child's laughter, the breathtaking beauty of the early morning sky, and the calm joy of doing just one thing with your whole heart. Remember to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more valuable content. Presence, on the other hand, is your true home. It asks for nothing but your attention, no performance, no perfection, just your willingness to show up fully to what's here. The mind will always want to wander, to the future, to the past, to anywhere but now. But your strength lies in gently bringing it back to this breath, back to this moment, back to this step, and back to this life. So, when the morning arrives, don't begin with your to-do list. Begin with a breath, a pause, and a hand resting gently on your heart. Speak to yourself with kindness. Today, I choose presence over pressure. And notice what happens. The urgency begins to soften, the relentless noise fades, and you begin to move not from stress, but from conscious awareness. You still take care of what needs to be done, but you move with grace, not panic, and with rhythm, not rush. Ask yourself, am I truly living my life, or just checking off my to-do list? This question is not a burden, it's a doorway, a gentle opening that invites you to step out of unconscious business and into conscious living. Let your mornings remind you of what really matters, not how much you accomplish, but how deeply you live, because presence isn't just a practice, it's a way of returning to what's real, to what's sacred, and to what's already here. And finally, our fifth truth, I am letting go, so life can flow. Each morning gives you a quiet choice, to hold on tightly or to release. And most of us, without even noticing, start the day already clinging to plans, to expectations, and to how we think things should unfold. Before the sun has even risen, the heart feels tangled, the mind already attached, and the soul already tired. But here's a truth that can gently set you free, I am letting go, so life can flow. Attachment is a quiet kind of prison. You may not see the bars, but you feel the weight, the need to control, the nagging fear of change, and the desperate attempt to predict and shape the day just right. This tight grip creates inner tension. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins where attachment takes root. The moment you say, this must happen, you invite fear. The moment you say, I can't let this go, you invite resistance. And resistance, no matter how well it hides, always brings stress to the heart. But life, like a river, was never meant to be forced, it was meant to be followed. Your plans, your hopes, and your dreams, they matter, but they're not meant to become chains. When you cling too tightly to outcomes, you block what's trying to unfold, and you miss the quiet beauty of things not going your way. Sometimes, life isn't punishing you, it's guiding you in a new direction. But to see that clearly, you have to loosen your grip. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means stepping into the flow, trusting a wisdom greater than your own. The bamboo bends with the wind, not because it's weak, but because it knows how to stay standing. You can learn that too, to bend, to trust, and to let go. And in that surrender, you don't lose your strength, you discover it. There is more power in the one who releases with grace than in the one who holds on out of fear. Remember to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more valuable content. To start your day with the courage to let go is to welcome what life truly has for you, not just what you expected. So, speak softly to your soul as the day begins, I release the need to control. I let go of how I thought things had to be. I allow life to lead me. Let these words be your compass, let them create space in your chest, and let them bring you back to trust, because here's the truth, the more you loosen your grip, the more your life begins to flow, like breath, like water, and like time. You begin to move with life instead of struggling against it. You respond instead of resist, you bend instead of break, and you welcome what arrives and bless what leaves. If you let go of what you're clinging to, who might you become? A softer version of yourself, a freer one, or a wiser one? Carry that question in your heart today. Let it slowly untie the knots inside you, and let it guide the way you choose to speak and move, because the most beautiful things in life, peace, joy, and love, don't come through control, they come through flow. So, as this day unfolds, trust the river, trust the detours, trust the still moments, and above all, trust yourself to let go and still remain whole. Okay, let's have a quick summary of our 5 morning truths. I am not my thoughts, I am the silence beneath them. Each morning, remember that your thoughts are not facts, they come and go like clouds in the sky. Don't cling to them, just observe. This awareness brings instant emotional freedom. Everything I need already lives within me. Instead of waking up with a feeling of lack, remind yourself of your wholeness. You are not missing anything, peace, strength, and clarity already live within you, you simply have to remember. Nothing outside of me has the power to disturb my peace. No person, no situation, no outcome can truly control your emotional state. You choose what you allow into your inner world. Let peace be your default and protect it like sacred ground. Today I choose presence over pressure. Resist the urge to rush. Slow down and breathe deeply. Real strength lies in moving through your day with calm awareness, not in chasing after endless tasks or imaginary deadlines. I am letting go, so life can flow. Release the need to control everything. Holding on too tightly only creates stress and struggle. Letting go opens the door to peace, clarity, and the natural unfolding of your path. There's a quiet strength that comes from meeting the morning with stillness instead of stress. The world may pull you in many directions, but if you speak the right truths to your heart right at the start of the day, everything begins to shift. You no longer just react to life, you respond from a place of clarity. These 5 truths are more than just words, they are inner alignments, gentle reminders that peace isn't something you find, it's something you remember. When spoken with presence, they become anchors in the storm, turning your mornings into sacred rituals of healing, strength, and purpose. As the Zen teaching says, when the mind is still, the truth has a chance to speak. Begin each day by listening within, and watch how the world around you starts to reflect your inner calm. If this message brought you a moment of clarity, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video and share your favorite morning truth in the comments. Your peace might be the message someone else is quietly searching for. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more valuable content. We wish you a peaceful and prosperous day.